The Running Man 2025, not to be confused with The Running Man 1987, which is based off the same exact book but completely done differently. And, I know people hate that 1987 movie, but to me, it's very charming, it's colorful, it has a style to it. I think Big Arnie does a great job. And, it's such like an 80s movie. I can't hate it at all. It's just so much fun. I love like the distinctness between the hunters and everything. Fucking love that movie. Or not a lot, but I think like the average score for it is probably a 50% or below. I give it maybe a 7 out of 10. I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it a lot. So, getting a remake, maybe a more faithful adaptation to the book with the same exact name. I was hoping Edgar Wright was going to do something brilliant here. I mean, he's an amazing director. He has so much sauce in all of his movies, like Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Baby Driver, Shaun of the Dead. I'm forgetting one. Last Night in Soho. I think he's just an amazing director. He really hasn't done me dirty in any way yet. So I was hoping The Running Man was gonna be something pretty good, like a minimum 7. That's what I was expecting out of him, but unfortunately, The Running Man just feels so whatever. It's really just whatever. It just feels like your typical action movie, and while there is a lot of good things that are in this movie, it's just another action movie, which is a shame. I was really expecting some of Edgar Wright's sauce in this. There's absolutely zero of it. He didn't cover this movie at all with his sauce, his Parmesan cheese, his pepperoni, his uh, soy sauce. I'm not too sure, but yeah, he didn't do anything. It just feels like a regular old action movie with some decent performances and some pretty decent decisions. Other than that, like I said, it's just another action movie. I think Glenn Powell, who I was really worried about, was actually pretty great. He felt exactly like Tom Cruise. I think my letterbox immediately was something like, "This is the best Tom Cruise impression ever." Because Glenn Powell, literally, voice, face, body movements, the way he's interacting with people, everything just felt so like old style Tom Cruise. And I think he did an amazing job at that because if it wasn't him and Tom Cruise was maybe 20, Tom Cruise could have done this movie now, to be honest. Um, Tom Cruise probably would have been the best person to do the main character. And I think Glenn Powell did a great job at it. He did way better than Arnold did, but Arnold was working with something different, of course. So shout out to Glenn Powell. I think he did a great job. Josh Brolin was amazing as the villain. Max Killian. I hope I remember the first name correctly. I know it's Killian. Um, it's kind of a freebie. Josh Brolin in a villain role. You're gonna get something good. He's just so intimidating. His like voice inflections or whatever the word is. He just sounds so fucking evil. Like I wonder like how he sounds when he's not acting because I don't really try to watch interviews too much, so I don't know how he sounds out of movies, but he's so intimidating and menacing in like these villain roles. He's so amazing. I love Josh Brolin. I wish he had more screen time, even though this is a 2 hour 15-minute movie. I wish he got more Josh Brolin. He doesn't do enough, and the final scene we see him in, or a little bit before the final scene we see him in, he kind of sucks, which is unfortunate because this movie wasn't too bad until like the last 30 minutes, which I thought was pretty fucking corny. Well, I'll just go on to everyone else. Michael Cera's fine. I liked his little Home Alone house trap with the water gun on the electric floor, the button on top of the staircase that pushes everyone off the staircase, the hot dog machine that opens up the secret room. Michael Cera was great, and whoever played his mom, I can't remember her name, but I know she's been in a lot of cartoons I was in. She's fucking hysterical in this movie. She has like 3 lines where she's just yelling at Glenn Powell, and I think she's great. I want more of her. I just don't remember her name, and I know she was in a cartoon I watched when I was younger. I just cannot think of it, but I loved her. Coleman Domingo, easily the best performance for me in this movie. I think him as like the host of The Running Man was absolutely wonderful. And it's weird because every time Coleman Domingo was on screen and the set of The Running Man with the stage and the crowd, it felt like a whole different movie. And I know that might have been the point of Edgar Wright and what he was doing, showing the difference between the outer world and then the TV world. But man, this movie could have been more like that, more electric, more old timey-ish feeling. Because I know this is set in the future, but there's a very retro feel to it. I mean, Coleman Domingo just gives an amazing like 80s performance for a TV stage host, and I fucking love him. And even the stage set looked amazing. The dancers were great. I like how that was in this movie. I think the 80s one did it a bit better, even though it was in the movie for like 15 fucking minutes, which was a bit annoying. I'm happy it's not in this movie like that. But everything about that set was just amazing. So it's a shame that we don't get more of that, and we get a lot more of Glenn Powell and him running around, of course. But man, that stage set was just perfect. And Coleman Domingo was probably the main reason for it. His performance was brilliant. As for everyone else, I think Lee Pace does great. He's fine, actually. He's not great. There's a huge problem I have with this Running Man movie, and it's probably because it's an adaptation of the book. None of the hunters feel unique. You have different faces, different outfits, but they don't feel different to each other in any way. Yeah, their personalities might be slightly different, but we don't get enough of them to understand that. I mean, the '80s one, you have all these different costumes. The actors feel completely different. The size, height, weight, everything. Their environments are completely different. Of course, you have the guy with like the hockey arena, and then the flamethrower guy with the giant Armageddon area. I mean, it all felt different and unique. In this movie, everything just feels so samey, and I think that's probably why I don't like it as much as I should. But I don't care. I really wish this movie just had some sauce to it. It's unfucking believable, man. It's really such a shame because I love Edgar Wright, but this movie just has no sauce. Like zero fucking sauce, man. The script really is okay. I don't think the script is anything special. I don't think it's bad. There's a bit, like I said earlier, there's a bit of a cornbally scene, and it's the whole sequence of Glenn Powell getting into the woman's car, and then the jet, and then the whole jet fight, and then the final talking bit between Glenn Powell and Josh Brolin. I think all that sucks. The movie already was like pretty just okay, but then that like 20-30 minute sequence was absolutely unbearable. It felt corny. It felt like it didn't make sense. Why is Glenn Powell falling for Josh Brolin's tricks? It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe he wasn't because at the end of the movie he sees his wife and daughter again, but it felt like he felt for it. Yeah, maybe he was just giving good TV. I'm not too sure to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. But everything after that, where Glenn Powell meets Jamie Lawson, who plays his wife, and then he sees his daughter at the supermarket, I thought that was great. And of course, the whole ending sequence with the audience screaming "Richards lives" the entire time. Glenn Powell coming in with a Molotov and throwing it at the ground, and it cuts to the credits, and the credits is like a bunch of newspapers and like anarchy symbols and stuff like that. I love that. That's where Edgar Wright's sauce came in. The last 5 to 10 minutes in the credits. I don't get it. I don't know. Running Man is pretty fine. As you can see, my new template. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I think it's okay. It's nothing special. It's nothing bad. I mean, I did get this poster for it, which I thought was really cool, though. You know, pretty cool poster. Can you see it? I don't know. It's a bit out there. I don't know. I don't know why they gave this to me. I mean, you know, Running Man was cool, but I don't need merchandise for it.